What's up, Ruthless Nation? Wednesday night, little off week last week, but we're back to it here with another double header, and we're going to be taking on Broadbean and Lemans tonight. With Lemans going through a whole span of 24 hours, all within an hour, of course. But nonetheless, we're going to have a lot of nighttime racing on the stream tonight, and per usual, we have the gracious, almighty, and patient monkey.
Hey Stu, happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. I know we got a long one ahead, so we'll try to get to it. First off, for Broadbean, what are you looking at going into this weird oval style track?
Yeah, Broadbean is going to be a weird one. A lot of these guys come from NASCAR and have adapted to the road course, and this is kind of a NASCAR track, but we do have a right-hander. And if I remember talking to everybody on the track, this track likes to eat up tires. So it's going to be interesting to see all the different pit strategies we have going on. And I don't think it's going to be a fuel race. I think it's really going to be a tire race and some tight racing at that. So maybe a few cautions on the way.
All right, that seems like a good prediction to me. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we will get to racing with Cork on the pole here for us, followed by Hollywood, Kilt Like Jason Snowman, Rick Slick, Monkey starting 6th, 7th, T-Dubs, Dak Fu in 8th, TKO Chaos and Nice Stu rounding up the top 10 with Rico and Rebel Hawk rounding up the field, and we're off here at Broadbean in Japan.
Not big field. They've been big fields every week.
Right here, this first turn is going to be one of the most crucial points of the racetrack. Very easily can get in there too deep or get too loose coming off of that first corner. You can see this right-hand bend, sort of a different look on an oval style track, but very high banking here in this last turn. And you can see guys are going to be trying to keep those cars up in the 150s, maybe the high 140s going through that third turn.
That's right. And there are wall penalties turned down here too, so if you overdrive turn 1 or any of the turns for that matter and hit the wall, you will have a time penalty.
Right now we got a good group here around 3rd back to about 7th. Everybody's here is real tight. Look ahead at Jason. In practice, Jason was one of the favorites, but now we see early on in this race, Hollywood and Cork have kind of pulled away to a little bit of a lead here. But don't forget, you got Jason Snowman right there. Could be working together, could fight one another. It all depends on which way to go. But back here, oh my goodness, we got guys everywhere. T-Dubs gets around, goes up to 6th. Got Rick Slick up on the high side. Also got Chaos there with Dak Fu down in that 25 down on the inside.
Wow, good racing back there.
Yeah, these guys are pretty tight. Oh, I think we had one get up there real close to that wall. It might have been Chaos. No damage, though.
I missed that one, but looks like everybody threw it cleanish. So many guys. We got 2 guys out here, 3 guys out here in the 911. Rico, Rick, and Monkey. And 2 guys in the Toyota. Cork in the Lexus. I don't remember seeing him practicing much this week, so gotta say I'm a little surprised to see him running up front. Those Toyotas have been fast, and technically that is a Toyota. Not even technically, it is a Toyota.
Yeah.
But it's a different Toyota.
That's right. They just forgot to put, the horns on it. Or whatever
Right.
that creature is they got on the Toyota. Right now, 1, 2, 3 kind of spaced out. Snowman has dropped back closer to Monkey there in 4th position. Monkey in 5th. We see T-Dubs back there. Speaking of T-Dubs, in practice, seemed like the Peugeot and the GTR were maybe the least favorite cars here at Broadbean. But you can see back there we got Stu in that GTR, only one in the field, with Rebel Hawk. I believe he is in that AMG, which is another tough car on tire and fuel. And then you
It is.
in 911.
Yep, that AMG is a bigger car too. You can just tell by looking at it on the track. Maybe just appears bigger. Has a long hood.
That Snowman gets way up there against the wall in turn 3. Doesn't seem to hurt him not one bit. Monkey's still close there, rounding up her top 5. T-Dubs now has a pack of Rick Slick and Dak Fu working up on his Coca-Cola bumper there. So he comes out, think he got a little loose, maybe touched the wall there, out of 1.
And Cork is putting on a clinic here. It's 8 laps in. And the top 4 are spaced out evenly. And then it starts to get a little closer behind 4th place. Everybody's kind of grouped up more or less, but jeez. But the Lexus, Toyota, McLaren, right?
Ooh, Rick off the wall a little bit. Going to lose some momentum here down this back or short chute, I guess, down into the right-hand turn. Allows Dak to get around. Now Dak's working on T-Dubs now. He's got that slipstream chaos right there as well. Off all that cabobulation there in turn 1. Now Dak's making a move towards T-Dubs here into turn number 1. He'll have the preferred inside line, but he will not be able to slip out there. Gets a car length between the 2 cars of Rick Slick and T-Dubs there to fit that AMG. And speaking of that, on Track Hawks, or Rebel Hawk, I'm sorry, behalf, Dak Fu is also in that AMG. So that's something that he could try to maybe compare himself to. Oh! A little bit off the wall there goes to 25, and Rick Slick will regain right where he lost. Right out of turn number 1. Now Chaos is working hard back on the rear end of Dak Fu as they go through the right-hander back into the last turn here.
That is a pretty good passing spot. When the people go off that wall in turn 1, it's pretty easy to get around them at that point.
Rick Slick's able to get around T-Dubs.
Yes.
All right, since we got some daylight, this race will go to dark. We'll start doing a little bit of our paint scheme look here. Get on board with Cork, see what he's going on with. Got a lot of the Gazoo racing stuff. Obviously, he's going to have his, his Top Gear guys. He's also got his 0.5 penalty marker, which we may not see much of today, unless somebody hits the wall in that kink. Hollywood here does not change up very much, very similar to Tito's with how he keeps things that way.
Yep, Hollywood Video.
Yeah. Jason loose into turn number 1, running his McDonald's Monster collaborated scheme. So yeah.
Is that one a little bit different?
It is a little bit different.
That's what I thought too. A little more Monster, a little less McDonald's.
There's a good looking car there by Jason, and then back here to the Hendrick Cars McLaren of Snowman. We see him run different variations of this scheme here and there. And another good scheme out here for the 5 team, for sure.
Yes.
And then here's the 6 car, the Deadpool inspired 911, and this thing might be my favorite of the season.
I think it's definitely my favorite of the season.
That thing is sick.
Looks like he's wearing the Deadpool suit, or looks like the car is wearing the Deadpool suit.
That's right, with a big old bullet hole in the back.
That's right.
That was a 50 caliber or something. That's a big hole.
Yeah, it looks like he has the movie quote back there too, right up Main Street.
Mm-hmm. That is a nice looking ride right there. Cork is into the pits early on here on lap 16. Rick Slick also in the pits. So we need to get back up here. We got Dak Fu running the 25 DuPont scheme, just an original Rainbow Warrior scheme from Jeff Gordon. Unfortunately, he does not have that 24 number. But next season, maybe we'll make a deal with some money or something.
There would have to be a hell of a deal. I think these guys were looking to run 19 laps would be ideal. You could run one fuel run of 20 and the rest 19 to be 115 laps, but It is the hottest part of the day, so they're going through tires a little faster right now, so maybe as it cools off, they can go a little longer.
Snowman and T-Dubs, a good battle here off pit road, able to get around Stu, who has yet to pit. Or no, sorry, has already pit. Did not take fuel on that run. Somebody went down pit road right there. So now we got Monkey, Dak, and Chaos. Jason's coming out of pit road. Hollywood remains on track and is leading. Right front tire is gone, but down the pits this time goes Hollywood in the 84. So now Jason's the first guy out of the pits back on the track here. He'll be followed by Cork, then Snowman, T-Dubs. We'll see how everybody merges back out here amongst the traffic. Hollywood's still down pit road, still in the lead. Jason has went around, so he'll be looking to come back and maybe take the lead, just depending on how that 84 car gets out of pit road. But we look between Jason and Cork, there's quite the gap here, so I don't know. Cork did pit earlier, so that is interesting. Maybe that's something
That is interesting.
Guys should keep that in mind as the race goes on. Hollywood gets passed by Jason and Cork now as he is down getting refueled at the moment. Snowman and T-Dub's also going to come around.
I see. Jason didn't take much fuel. He took enough probably to make it to the next tire stop. So Hollywood had the least amount of rubber left on that tire that I've ever seen. It was like, I've seen tires that were all the way red, but he had just the tiniest sliver of white. I've never seen it so low.
It was very low, and on the hard tire as well. So that just shows you how rough this track is being on those tires. Hollywood actually with a good stop able to come back out and stay in third place. Now Stu here in the GTR, not sure, pitted on lap 13 looks like. So has moved up to 6th here off of that strategy at this point in the race. Rick Slick in 7th.
That is a nice looking car too.
Yeah, speaking of that, we should get back to maybe going through while we got daylight. But here's a little minimalist Ruthless racing scheme. Got a lot of different patterns and stuff going on.
Yeah, it looks sharp. I like the matte black. Or matte gray, I guess. It depends on if it's in the sun or shadow.
Yeah, it's kind of got the dual tone to it, just depending on where it's at. When it gets dark out here, I might not be able to see this car at all.
Might not, just the flames and the exhaust.
That's right. You got the jockey scheme from Rick. We see this week to week. It's a good looking scheme there from the Jockey Clothing Company.
If I think of jockey underwear, that is the print that I picture.
Yep. Not their adverts. They put the whole package on there. But a little Marlboro scheme here from TKO Chaos. Marlboro Lot 100s here for them. And,
oh, interesting. Yeah, that is nice.
Now here's the paint scheme of the day to me. Rico has went out of his way and made an awesome scheme here for our Ruthless Pro Series champion of Hollywood, who won at Charlotte a couple weeks ago and captured his back-to-back Ruthless championships. And he did run the 12 and the 14, and Rico had split this car right down the middle with that paint scheme and with all kinds of honors and stuff on it for Hollywood. So
I did not know that.
Yeah, big shout out to Rico. That is one hell of a job on that paint scheme there, my man. And that is definitely something to put in the trophy case for paint schemes, because that is badass.
That is not as easy to do as people might think either, to split a paint scheme right down the middle like that.
That's right.
That would take some work. I wondered what that back-to-back was. Oh, what did I miss?
We got Rebel Hawk in the wall back here. This cork's going to go around. Oh, and Rebel Hawk's out of the race. Maybe it was terminal damage there on that crash.
That could be.
I don't
That
think I
big
mentioned
front end. Go ahead.
Sure. Sorry, I didn't mention T-Dub's paint scheme, but it's Coca-Cola as usual. Got the baguette warmer and all that stuff going on.
Yeah, T-Dubs hasn't really gone all out on his paint schemes this year, but he focuses on racing, and that's okay.
That is okay. Speaking of T-Dubs, though, kind of in a little bit of a losing streak, I guess you could say. That's not. We go back to Lemans, so that is a good chance for him to, re-show his skills that are a part of this game. Stu down pit road, only one down right now.
He's top 5 right now, too, so you can't count him out for this race.
That's exactly right.
Never,
got something going
never
on.
know. The monkey's back in 9th. I'm not sure what went on there. Maybe just in 9th.
Rico now down pit road. Yeah, maybe he's just back there. Jason, off the pit stop, has took the lead. He's got quite the gap back to Cork right now. And then Hollywood was looking real good, but he ran long, and that has moved him back to 3rd, which he has solidly been at. Snowman has been in 4th. Let's fight with T-Dubs off the pits, but now he is down pit road. Rick Slick will assume 5th position.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a turnaround for Jason because he's starting to run. He's below a quarter tank of fuel. Cork's just below a half. So when they're fueling up on the next pit stops, Cork's going to have some time to gain there.
That's right, and their tires are very even, so you would imagine these guys would be pitting around the same time. I know in practice when that right front tire went, she went. There was no more turning.
I see Hollywood and Snowman both have a lot of tire going on. Their tires are fine. Everybody else is a little beat up. So did T-Dubs pit? He must have.
He did go down pit road.
Got tires, came out.
9th on back has made another pit stop. Everybody else yet to go down pit road. Oh, big spin by Hollywood. Let's give a replay on this. Go back 10 seconds, see what happened. Oh, he was around before then. Big wreck here. We're going to go back 20 seconds. 30 seconds here for Hollywood on the West Higgins ORV first replay of the day. Hollywood down into turn number 1. Looks like he just gets loose there off the corner and spins her around. Now we'll have Snowman coming through this turn. Hollywood is down there on the track. Rick Slick's coming into turn 1. Let's see. Oh, Hollywood's trying to get back up on the track. Rick just has nowhere to go. Huge contact here with Rick Slick and Hollywood. TKO Chaos barely survives. Let's see, T-Dubs and Stu, somebody was really close to T-Dubs there. Oh, that was Dak. Hollywood's still back there trying to get things in order. Let's pay attention to the leaders here as they come out of the last turn. Let's see if the manual caution will be coming out this time. Rick Slick's very close to losing a lap here right before, but I think he survived. And it will be a manual caution as Jason slows it down. And everybody will come back to order here. So some cars going to be a lap down and stuff with pit stops having just happened for a few guys. You can see some guys' tires are not cooperating right at the moment. So maybe a good thing a caution came out for this top 7 because I guess the top 8 because those guys still had to make a pit stop. Now T-Dub, Stu, and Rico has went down pit road in the last few laps. Considering.
Yeah, big break for Jason and Cork. Especially Jason, who he needs a full load of fuel. So he's in good shape with that.
I think T-Dubs will be our free pass here. He is out front. No,
he might not even be down a lap.
No, we got Dak back there. He kind of just got everybody out of order at the moment, but manual caution is out. First one in a long time here.
T-Dubs is down a lap. He will be the one.
That's right. Everybody 9th on back is a lap down or 2 laps down. T-Dubs is your free pass.
Yep. Speaking of T-dubs, I was talking to him earlier in the week because, the big question everybody has is, what does TWC mean? And he was rather off-putting and quite disgruntled. He barely even talked to me, but he just looked at me and he said, TWC stands for the wussy car. And then he just stormed off. So apparently TWC means the wussy car, and I guess it's showing us that at this track.
All right. There's some useful insider information there.
Yes. Does not seem to be the fastest car at this track. Probably why he was upset with me as well.
So looking at it, T-Dubs gets the free pass. Stu will get a wave around. Rico will also get one of his laps back on a wave around. So Rico will be the only car a lap down whenever we restart here. Hollywood will be in 10th position. Or I'm sorry, T-Dubs will be in 10th position, I do believe.
Yes, now where does he restart? The back of the pack or the back of the cars on the lead lap?
So he should start at the back of the cars on the lead lap since the other two cars were allowed to wave around. So they will have to start behind him.
Okay.
So right now we're seeing everybody get in order here.
Yep, Jason did need the fuel. He dropped back to 5th, but now everybody should be full on fuel and tires except for our wave arounds.
So
but they're in pretty good shape.
Story of the race here, I think, battle off pit road under caution. Monkey goes to first.
Wow.
So that could shake some things up. We did see Monkey shuffled back there as far as 9th, and now off of this caution he has moved his Porsche up into first position. Will be a double file restart here. Only one car will be a lap down, so another caution would be useful there for our 4 car.
Oh, we got Japanese cars leading the way. We got 3 Germans up there, 2 Germans and a Brit and a Japanese. That's quite a shuffle up front. 2 911s, McLaren and Cork.
That's right. We should be going green this time. We'll be restarting at the start-finish line. Thanks to everybody tuning in. Please hit that like button if you don't mind. Subscribe if you're new here. As we come back around out of the last turn to the skew car restart zone. That was off your West Higgins ORV caution, number 1 of the day. And we're back off. Big restart there by the inside line. Snowman up to the high side. Oh, into turn number 1. We got contact between Cork and Jason. Where's Rick going to go? Oh, Hollywood's right there.
Crazy.
Hollywood's sitting here a lap down, actually. So he went a lap down off of the caution.
Big penalty for Snowman.
Oh, another wreck. Rick Slicks up into the wall. We got others around. Hollywood again, hard nose into the wall. These two, once again, we're going to go back. West Higgins ORV replay. Snowman must have hit the wall there to start everything. Hollywood got in there, got into Rick. Heavy into the wall goes Rick as people go by. And then Hollywood slams the inside wall. And so far, that looks like the only two. And as they say, cautions breed cautions. And this is going to be a race to the line. Monkey is still in the lead. Jason and Cork right there trying to battle one another to see who will claim second here under caution. Monkey has slowed it down at the line. 1, 2, 3, sit that way. Dax in 5th. Snowman will run around after serving his penalty in 6th. 7th is Rick Slick off the wreck. T-Dub sits in 8th with Stu in 9th, also with the penalty here off of the caution.
How'd Stu get the penalty? You trying to get around that wreck?
Possibly.
What are they doing here? Going around again. So Stu's going to serve his. Stu will be okay. Serves his penalty on the caution lap. Good time to do that.
It was the most perfect caution serve in the world.
Snowman's wasn't bad.
So we look at, let's see, we're on lap 42 with the leaders, and then we get to a lap down at T-Dubs, who miraculously gets the free pass again.
How?
He was ahead of every lapped car. Now Stu is still a lap down along with Hollywood. Rico, I think, is still 2 laps down.
Oh, T-Dubs was 2 laps down.
Must have been. Down pit road goes everybody but Chaos. That'll ruin the wave around. There will be nobody getting a wave around here. Only the free pass on this caution.
Wow. Everybody just pitted, but you know, tough call. You want to be on a pit cycle where you can finish this race out with, you know, the fewest amount of stops. So you want to come in and get tires if you can, splash of fuel if you can. Better than doing it under a green flag condition.
See who wins the battle off pit road. Chaos will be our leader as we wait for guys to come out of pit road and come around.
Do you know what position Chaos was in before the pits?
I want to say he was back there around 8th position, maybe
Okay.
7th. I'm not sure exactly where he was on the restart, but kind of pulls the opposite strategy of Monkey there and just takes the lead off not pitting.
Track position is huge if you're in 1st or 2nd place. Other than that, you're going to be riding around traffic. After, you know, 10 laps or so, there's traffic all the way around the track. But if you can get to jump out right at the restart, you've got a happy day for a little while.
That's right, so everybody's getting back in order. T-Dubs is coming around trying to catch the pack. He's going to be in 8th position, but he will be at the end of the field where there was no wave arounds this time. So now we'll be double file.
McLaren's leading the way.
Waiting for T-Dubs to make his way up the track here.
They're only going 72. I'd like to think his car could go 72.
We'll see if these guys take off this time in the skew car restart zone. And yes, we are underway. T-Dubs comes up there with a head of steam. Let's actually pay attention to this Coca-Cola car to see how much that head of steam will help. He's right there in the rear end of the 10th place car. Stu, he goes down to the inside here through turn number 2. And yes, he'll move up to 7th position. Oh, is somebody else around back here? I think it was Hollywood. Yes, he is around.
It was.
Another. Don't know if that'll be a caution. We'll go back 10 seconds. West Higgins ORV replay comes. Oh, it looks like he just got down on the front of the GTR of Stu and goes around. And
Wow.
that's just a single car incident. Also very lucky, did not get a penalty there, crashing.
Yes. Lucky and unlucky at the same time. That hurts Hollywood for sure. He's gonna be half a lap back. Well, he's getting up to speed now.
Happened right there in that right-hand turn that, you know, if you stick close to that wall, your car wants to slide out to the pit road wall there. So it is hard to control. Jason, little contact here on Chaos with the battle for 3rd. Down to the inside, looks for it, doesn't get it. Chaos way out there near to the wall on the exit of 1. Good battle here for 3rd.
That is tight racing now.
That's right. Back here,
Cork and Snowman have it pretty easy at the moment, but everybody else
has their hands full, and we look from 6th to 9th. And these guys right here are all very close as well. Any mistakes up ahead of them, it could be a battle for 3rd. 3rd through 7th. Oh, Jason's loose and around, big crash down on the out of number 1. Oh, we got cars everywhere.
I think everybody behind Jason hit him.
Absolute turmoil back there out of turn number 1. Another West Higgins ORV replay coming up. Oh, yeah, Jason goes around, just a big hit there. Rick Slick again into it. T-Dubs gets a part of it, goes around in the Coca-Cola machine. Monkey comes through unscathed, dead to him.
That's right.
Huge crash out of turn number 1. Rico even gets a part of that one.
Yeah, I think everybody got in on that.
The biggest crash in Ruthless GT7 history just happened at Broadbean.
That's true. I didn't think about that. Number of cars involved. I don't even know how many. 6, 7?
At least 4 or 5. Like you said, I believe everybody hit Jason whenever they came out of that turn. And here we are. Another caution. I think the free pass is going to go to the 24 on this go around.
It could be. I'm going to step away for a moment, Stu, if you could take us through this pit stop.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Free pass will be going to the 24 car. So he'll go to gain that lap back. Much needed there for the GTR. Hollywood, on the other hand, he is down a lap as well. Now, if everybody pits here on pit road, they can take the wave around. That would be Hollywood and Rico. Rico, though, still 2 laps down here. So if he can get a wave around right here, that will certainly help his efforts towards climbing back to that lead lap. Everybody will go down pit road here. Stu is going to come back around. We'll be able to pit here off the wave around. You can see the 24 go in this time. Hollywood and Rico will take their wave arounds. Will not be allowed to pit with this group. Once again, big shout out to Rico, you know, with that paint scheme. Not easy to do, as Monkey had mentioned. Well, with all these crashes, it'll be a good time to promote NASCAR. Tune in tomorrow. Season 5 starts tomorrow. Will a stream be up? Not quite sure, but something may be posted about it. So we'll see how things go with that. First race of Season 5. Probably the last season on Heat 5 for the Ruthless Racing Series. All depending. But this time around, we will be looking at the choose rule. Snowman, Court, Dak, T-Dubs, Jason rounding up your top 5. Monkey in 6th. TKO Chaos in 7th. Rick in 8th. Hollywood in 9th. No, it'll be Stu in 9th. Hollywood does go back on the lead lap with the wave around. And you can see Stu come up, get that spot that he is owed. He goes to the outside line, double file restart. Let's see if, you know, cautions breed caution, so we'll see if any more tend to happen. We've had about 4 wrecks here in this one. One did not cause a caution. But with this track being such tight quarters, it would be hard to wreck without causing one. Did you wreck yet? Yes, you've already wrecked. Like
Several times. I am back. Had to go down and get some of that broad bean chili.
Oh, I hear you. They say it's what they're known for.
That's right.
To the skew car restart zone. Cork, Snowman on the point, and we're off again. Here with 53 of 115 complete. Into turn number 1 goes Snowman, looking good. It's a new leader. T-Dubs is now up to 2nd. Is it a wussy car? Well, he's looking to show us.
It doesn't appear to be that way right now.
Tight through the right-hand turn. Jason all the way down to the inside. Monkey goes all the way up to the high side. Hollywood's right there on Stu's bumper in 7th in the Supra. He's probably looking to get around here in turn number 1. Out to the outside. Hose the GTR. Oh, Chaos up into the wall. Saves it.
That was beneficial for Monkey.
Still a tough battle here for 4th. Oh, Dak in the wall. He's around. Everybody misses him. Oh, no. Unfortunate. We're going to go back 10 seconds on that one as well. Got to go on board with Jason here. See what happens. Maybe a little touch there on the quarter panel. Sends Dak around hard into the wall. Does about a 720 and gets her back straight. No caution.
No caution. I didn't see a touch either. Did you see it?
Not really. I mean, maybe just took the air off his quarter panel there. Not really sure.
Must have been.
Another big battle here. T-Dubs, Jason.
Well, good news for Dak is there have been so many cautions. There will probably be some more. Definitely a record-setting caution. Race and quantity and number of cars involved.
Ooh. T-Dubs has a bad turn number 1. I think he slowed up Hollywood there.
Huh.
Stu has moved his car up to 5th here.
Oh, look at that. The vintage GTR out there.
Papa's still got something in the tank, boys.
Hollywood's looking to make some moves himself.
Yeah, he's down to the inside here. Big battle here for 5th position. Stu goes down to the low side, blocks Hollywood there.
3 through 9 is in a pretty tight pack.
Stu is doing everything he can to keep Hollywood behind him. Major blocking here for 5th place.
That's just great.
Can Hollywood? Yes, he'll take him over in turn number 1. GTR not very good there in turn number 1. You can see he just had to fight him as long as he could, and that's what he was afraid of, and that's what happened. He'll drop back to 8th, possibly 9th here.
It's tough for GTR to out-corner that Toyota 2911s. I'm not sure about the McLaren, but got some cornering cars to deal with.
Stu hanging on pretty good here against the McLaren. The Chaos finally gets him there through turn number 2 and down into the right-hander into our last turn. And he will win the battle for 8th.
Got someone in the chat saying Rico, Monkey, and Stu had some sweet paint schemes. Yes, sir, they did. Rico. I didn't even notice how good that one was until tonight.
That one needs to be put in the showcase.
It does. So it's like there's a comic book villain like that. I think his name is simply Two-Face. Right?
I just watched that, yes.
Oh, it's a movie?
He's in The Dark Knight.
Oh.
That's his origin story. He's tied up in barrels by the Joker. Batman saves him. The fuel on his face burns half his face off.
I do like the comic book movies, but I do not watch all of them.
Oh, Rico into the wall. Get a 1.5 second penalty there from 11th. Unfortunately. Cork, though, our leader, winner of Dragon Trail, in a dominating style, mind you, has a lead here at Broadbean.
Dak is working his way back up.
Yeah, off that crash, no caution. It was just the one car of himself. Monkey is up to 5th. Got Rick right there, both in 911s. T-Dubs is holding on to 7th. Chaos is in 8th in his McLaren. Got the 24 in 9th with Dak Fu in 10th. Working his way back up the track here. And Rico just needs a couple laps to get back here with the crew.
Yep.
But he won the paint scheme battle, that's for sure.
He certainly did, and he looks like he has a bright future in GT7. These are
Hollywood down pit road.
Down pit road, I can't do that kind of math in my head. 84, that's not a bad time to pit. You can run another 20, and he's done.
Yep, could be a little thinking ahead there by the 84 of Hollywood. 1, 2, 3, fairly spaced. Monkey moves up to 4th. Got Rick back there in 5th. Chaos has moved up to 6th around T-Dubs. Stu is now down pit road along with Rico, so they kind of employ the Hollywood strategy here.
Speaking from experience for Monkey and Rick, I know it's very frustrating to have the exact same car in front of you or behind you. It's very hard to shake them and very hard to catch them. Not sure if this has been going on all race or just because the sun's coming off the track, but we're starting to see some sparks flying from these cars.
That's right. We've seen some sparks here and there, but yes, they're definitely more prominent now that the shade is starting to set in. Rico maybe off the track there a little bit. Gets back on in an order though. Stu's still on pit road coming out right now. T-Dubs is now down pit road. Cork still your leader. Has a decent little gap here to Snowman. Jason in third, still trying to climb up the ranks here. At Broadbean, as we mentioned, was the favorite in practice this week.
Yeah. I'm not sure if T-Dubs is in the wussy car or if it's just that he has to pit so many times. It seems like he's going through tires faster than everyone else. Oh, he just pulled out of the pits in front of Chaos. Let's see if Chaos...
Rico's around. Down on the inside here at pit road.
Yeah.
Cork down pit road now. Jason had just pit the lap prior, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Earlier, when when Cork pitted earlier, Jason was able to get around him on the later pit, so we'll see if that, works in Cork's favor here. Jason was in third when he went in. Now some more guys start to go down. Rick Slick. Jason just now coming off pit road, only takes 67 liters there in that Supra.
Yeah, from here you're looking at actually another good strategy. You can run about 16 laps each time, and that's about the optimal time for those tires. At 15 or 16 laps before you start seeing a little drop off. Some of these cars are a little beat up, understandably. Cork's car looks fine, besides the faces on it.
Snowman, Chaos, Dak Fu, 1, 2, 3 down pit road this time. Jason actually is ahead of everybody else, so maybe he'll come around with the lead here off the early pit.
Well, he would have to, right?
Yep, looking at the Snowman's fuel situation, there's no way he's coming out of there. Well, he's had everybody a lap down, I assume, because Jason...
he's going around again to catch Snowman.
That's right. And Snowman's just now taking on fuel, but I don't think he'll be able to get out of there by the time everybody gets around. Jason, T-Dubs, Hollywood are now around. T-Dubs pitting way earlier than all these guys, so it's going to be interesting with how he decides to do things. Have to keep an eye on that 11. This car may not be all that here, but doesn't mean anything a little strategy couldn't take care of.
Yeah, and he is getting everything out of that car that car can give him.
That's exactly right.
He might be in good shape. If his tires can make it, I don't remember when he pitted, if it was at the 16 lap cycle or before, but if he can do this on 2 more stops, he might be in good shape. Oh, got Hollywood coming.
Hollywood's the fastest lap of the race on lap 68, 26.929.
Wow.
Hollywood around T-Dubs here for second place down into 1. Oh, little contact there. No harm, no foul.
Yep, just a tiny bit.
Oh, 1.5 second penalty to Cork back in 5th place. Now, he went in with the lead on the pit stop, and now he's back in 5th and going to have to serve this 1.5 second penalty with Snowman coming in that McLaren at full speed, and he will go around the outside, as Eminem once said.
That's rough as you're getting close to 170 miles per hour, I think. Entering turn 1, Cork was only at about 140. Snowman's probably... No, Cork's staying with him.
Yep, Cork stayed right there. Got, I guess, a little bit of that slipstream, and the Lexus is very good at staying up to speed in the corners, which is maybe why we saw Cork being so good here early on in this race.
Yeah, that Lexus has been a surprise to me this season.
It certainly has. As the sun starts to go down, I don't think there's any sunlight on the track remaining as the headlights come on for these guys. So it's going to start to get very difficult to see these cars other than their lights. As you can see, another track with lights that don't fucking work.
Yeah, that is strange. This whole track is lit up. Well, no, the whole track has a potential to be lit up.
But it's not. Hollywood making a move here on the 10th place car of Stu in the 24. Speaking of Hollywood, man was 2 laps down at one point. Cautions come out, wave arounds happen, and look at him. Up to second. And he's on a strategy that is much different than everyone else. So, you know, he pitted early. He's sitting here in second. He still has a good gap back to third, which, you know, we have been calling one of the weaker cars of the field just based off its performance, not certainly the driver. But, you know, you see T-Dubs up there. He's on that odd strategy as well, and he's in third place. So this could be something to watch out for between these two guys as the race progresses here, especially with it getting dark. The grip's going to pick up on the track.
I would say right now that Cork looks like 5th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th are in. Oh, 10th is wearing his tires. 5th, 7th, 8th, and 9th are in the best pit or best condition of tires and fuel right now. First is in decent shape. Hollywood and T-Dubs will be coming in soon.
Yeah, both very low on tire. Both pretty low on fuel. Hollywood's feeling that tire. He gets into the wall there. That thing does not want to turn once it gets to this certain point, and Hollywood will choose to bring it down pit road from second position.
Yes, sir. No guessing on tires here. I didn't look, but I'm assuming everybody's running hard tires. Yes, they are.
Cork has moved up to third.
If they had super hard tires, everybody'd be running those.
That is very possible. Okay, third to fifth is pretty close here, so we still got a good battle to be had just between the pit stops and whatnot. Also, it's going to come down to where these guys have refueled during the race. If somebody can make their last run without taking any fuel, but somebody else has to take fuel, that's going to be a huge difference on the track. Ooh. Oh, Cork sends it into turn one as T-Dub's tires just give away.
What a move.
T-Dubs might have wanted to pit there. Oh, yeah, he has to. He just goes down there anyways. I was going to say it might not be a lane for him to get down to pit road.
Yeah, I think he was about to get gobbled up, so good time to pit. He should have one more pit to go. He's done pitting, I think.
Two McLarens battle out in turn number one. Snowman takes over third position. Jason's now down pit road. Cork remains on track.
Oh, here we go. Jason's going to need a good amount of fuel, and Cork does not, but I think it will require a full tank to finish from here. Oh, 30 laps. It's going to be close.
Oh, Cork's into the wall as that tire's starting to wear on him. And you'll see that.
That tire has had it.
You will see that as these tires wear out in the right front, and Cork decides to bring her down pit road this time. As Mike had just mentioned, Not going to be a lot of fuel have to be took on there by Cork. Snowman will assume the lead here. And he's still looking good on fuel along with that tire there. Chaos, on the other hand, tires look about even for him, but that fuel is getting rather low there for that McLaren.
Does Cork take all his fuel now, or does he take it on the next stop? Same with Monkey. They're both in. They're going to need it to finish this race.
Cork is trying to fill her up here, taking on the fuel. Monkey, new tires, taking on fuel as well down pit road. T-Dubs in 8th has made his pit stop, sitting on a half tank of fuel. Rick Slick sitting on 3/4 a tank of fuel, fresh tires.
Cork is out with a full tank. Monkey comes out at 70 liters.
Chaos down pit road, Dak down pit road as well. Snowman remains on the track. And this will put guys' laps down, so they will have to drive back around and catch him for their laps back. See, he's on 88. Jason's on 87, so you can see Jason's right there behind Snowman in 3rd, but he has to get around Snowman twice to reclaim the lead.
It is really hard to keep this in order. You're doing a great job.
Heat 5 has taught me a lot.
Look at those sparks.
No, Chaos still down pit road. Hollywood off his pit stop. He is up to 3rd again. Now maybe another pit stop in order for that. Supra, Jason and Snowman having the discrepancy here. As Jason's now in 2nd ahead of the leader.
That's funny. My Snowman is really pushing that tire and the fuel.
That is right, and we'll look at him here in turn number 1, because that sort of tire being left on there is whenever she starts to slip.
Yep. Snowman is very good at drifting. If you've ever watched him go around and
Oh, big penalty there as he goes into pit road, but he'll get to serve that coming out of pit road, so that might not be too bad. Pretty sure he will.
I don't remember where the flags are. We'll have to see how that goes.
It's right after the entry of pit road, but I think you go down with the penalty, you serve it as soon as you come out.
That could be. That's very beneficial. The penalties, you have to slow your car down for the penalty time, but if you're only going 50 miles per hour, you don't slow down much.
That's right. Now Jason will come around, retake the lead. Hollywood will move up to 2nd. Looking at the fuel for Hollywood, it's getting down to that 1/4 of tank mark, and his tire's about 1/3 of the way worn. Cork
sitting in 3rd with almost full tank.
That's right. Oh, Cork! Man, don't know how he kept that thing straight.
Who's behind him with the penalty?
That'll be the 24.
Okay.
So get out of the way, let those guys go around. 4th and 5th being fought by the 911 and the Peugeot. And Monkey will take 4th place down the front stretch into turn number 1. Can he hang on to it here? And he will. He'll be clear of T-Dubs, moves up to 4th position.
Yeah, Monkey is sitting on better tires and better handling car through turn 1.
And as we've mentioned, folks, it's gotten dark and you can't see shit.
No, it gets difficult. You really need to be able to see your marks on this track, and it is difficult.
Jason Hollywood with the sparks flying through the last turn. Which one of these guys are going to have the strategy to make it happen, but you can't count out Cork back there flying around the top side of the last turn. Or I'm sorry, the 2nd turn.
Those rotors are glowing going into turn 1.
It got dark and I forgot where I was.
Well, who are you looking at?
I was looking at Cork here.
Alright, Cork is just made his right-hander.
There we go. It got dark and all got all discombobulated.
Yep, so maybe you'll see his rotors light up on the way into turn 1.
There's a rotor glow right there for us.
Yeah.
Let's catch us another one. There you go, Rick. Big old rotor glow. See Snowman give us a little lot. There we got some fire shooting out of the AMG with some glowing rotor.
Yeah, that AMG is so loud too. It's not offensive loud. It sounds good
like
loud.
Subaru.
The Subaru's a screamer.
Should call that the Banshee.
Yes. Let's see how we're looking. There are 18 laps to go. Jason needs fuel. Hollywood needs fuel.
We'll go down pit road this time.
Cork is probably good.
Now that could be the strategy of the race there for the Lexus, is not having to take on that much fuel here at the end. And that's a big difference here in these races with the refuel speed nearly realistic. It does take a while to get some fuel in that thing.
Yeah, it seems slow, but 3 liters per second is pretty fast. That's well over a gallon, or just under a gallon. But either way, a gallon a second is pretty fast. If you were to fill your car with a 20-gallon tank in 20 seconds, you'd be quite surprised.
That's right. Jason, still your leader. He's getting low on fuel. Tire still looks pretty decent. Cork is up to second. We look at the gap between the leader and second. It's about half the track at this moment, but the difference will be the fuel in that tank.
Our producer just radioed up here to me, called me dumb, and said it's 3.8 liters in a gallon. So it's a little more, little less than a gallon per second.
Got correct and Stillman's messed up.
I don't know if you needed to add the insult, but he is the producer.
Jason's down pit road, T-Dubs and Rick Slick as well. So now we look at Cork, see what he's got up his sleeve. Down pit road is what's up his sleeve with 48 liters in the car, 15 laps remaining. That's going to be the difference between him and the Supra. Monkey will go around to take the lead. We'll have to have another pit stop, but I feel like that's going to be the lightest car, maybe with the freshest tire at the end of this race. Jason's just now starting to take on the fuel. Cork just now settles into the box, and he'll get those tires off. And let's see how much fuel he'll take on here on this pit stop. He's cranking it up. Only takes about 4 liters, and he'll come out ahead of Jason. He took 1 liter less, but that car is really great on fuel. And you've seen Cork go all the way back around, pit, and then come out ahead of Jason, who pitted the lap before him. So that's what we were talking about, how crucial that fuel is. So very good on Cork, managing that fuel and making that last pit stop as short as possible with 15 to go. Now Monkey and Snowman both. Snowman is kind of on the fence here, possibly going to need a tire, but fuel is going to be about right there on it. Monkey's down pit road this time, so these guys will start to come back around.
Monkey's in desperate need of fuel. Got some good points. This wasn't really a fuel-saving race, but if you did save some fuel, you were a lot less time on pit road. We're burning tires between pit stops, but strategy-wise, Cork is in a good position.
See, Monkey's dropped all the way back to 7th now. We look at Rick Slick. He is on gas and tire already, so he'll get around Monkey as well, maybe. Monkey's coming out of the pits right now, actually. So Rick has to go through turn number 1 to get around Monkey, and he won't get there. So Monkey will actually settle back out in the 7th as Dak Fu is down pit road from the 5th position. We saw him spin around earlier. No caution came out. I believe that was our last incident of the race. And he has moved his car back up to 6th position. So that is a good racing out of Dak Fu there.
It is, and Dak doesn't need a whole lot of fuel here either.
Jason being very aggressive there with T-Dubs, gets around him though, and still sitting in third. Hollywood up to fourth. We had mentioned, he was down 2 laps at one point. The cautions and waiver rounds allowed him to play the strategy and put his car back up here in the top 5 as he'll try to chase down T-Dubs and get around him, who is sitting in 8th position right now. Now, Jason's solely worried about Court because... Oh, what do we have?
Nothing. I'm sorry. I'm just going through. You keep going.
Yeah, but Snowman, the tire is going to be the issue there for that McLaren, I do believe. So that's something we're going to have to keep on.
That was exactly where I got. I was looking at everybody's fuel and tire situation, seeing if they were done, and I got to Snowman. And that was the
Yeah, he's going to be hurting for a tire. Possibly, though, he could go in there and put on some softs if he, chase some of these guys back down. That might be a strategy to pull here, because he'll be able to run another 2 or 3 laps there on that right front tire. We look back to Cork. He's not too far behind Snowman. He's also on the same lap, so he will definitely take over the lead on the pit stop. So Snowman will just be chasing for positions whenever he goes back down pit road.
I wonder if he thinks he can make it.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was going to say. He does not have to pit. So if he thinks he can make it on that worn-out tire, more power to him, my man. But that is going to be very rough. We see everybody get down to about this part of that right front tire, and she does not want to turn there in turn number 1.
Hollywood's right front tire is not the best looking either, but he can make it from here.
He could certainly
not as bad as Snowman's. I wonder how that happened. I guess Hollywood was the first to pit.
Yeah, he was in there pretty early.
But he's in 4th, so...
He has a good gap back to 5th as well, so if he can stay out here, 4th position could be his if nothing happens. Jason's in 3rd. He still has Cork, in his... Snowman's going to get passed by Cork right here.
Yes. Cork made the easy pass.
Ooh, Snowman's way down there out of that right-hand turn. So Cork takes the lead.
I don't think that tire is going to make it.
Nah, she ain't got it. We're going to see him in turn 1. The lack of grip here. You can see Jason right down to the inside on the quarter panel. Ain't able to make the move. This is for position. Snowman maybe thinking he could try to squeeze this out. Oh, a little bump there from Jason maybe as Jason goes around.
A little bump. He laid the lumber to him.
I'm going to be non-biased.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, swallowed up now in traffic here is Snowman as he's got some lap cars trying to get around him. They know he's just been out there a while. That tire's just not got it. He's trying to just hang on to this top 3 here. But if I'm him, I know there's not very many laps left, but maybe some softs or something.
It's a long pit road, though.
It is a long pit road. And there's only 2 laps or 3 laps remaining here. Cork is up into the lead, though. He's got a little bit of a gap there back to Jason, but nothing a mistake couldn't take care of. Maybe a penalty even here on this right-hand turn. And with it getting dark, it is very hard to see that right-hand turn. We have noticed as it's gotten darker, a lot of guys are way out to the left side out of that right-hand turn. So, be interesting.
Speaking of penalties, Snowman has picked one up trying to milk that tire around the track. He's going pretty slow.
Yep, he served it. Still in 3rd, though. Cork with 2 to go, sitting in the lead. What a strategy off the fuel if this holds up for him. He'll come out of the last turn, and whenever he hits the line, you know what that means, folks. It'll be 1 to go, presented by Skew Car here from Broadbean. Let's see if Cork can get that win.
Oh man, all these tires. Jason's tire's gone.
Yeah, his car, or his tire rather, is gone up into the wall there. Oh, we got some lap cars trying to get around him. There is no more cautions here. Now let's see where Snowman is. He's pretty far behind 2nd place there. Cork throwing sparks out of the last turn. And out of fuel! He's out of fuel!
Oh, no.
but he'll coast it to the lawn victorious.
That's crazy.
I think maybe even Jason ran out of fuel coming to the lawn there. Hollywood's right there on a slither with no tire. He gets around Snowman, and Hollywood will claim a top 3.
Wow.
5th will go to Monkey. Snowman 4th. Sorry, I didn't mention that. Round up to top 5 is Monkey. Chaos in 6th. Dak Fu in 7th. Rick coming in 8th. T-Dubs in 9th. Stu in 10th with Rico rounding up the field. Interesting race there at Broadbean. A lot of cautions. Did not see that coming after practice all week with Court getting that win, but the fuel in that RCF Lexus is something else. So, yeah, just give us your synopsis of this race here, Monkey.
I don't even know what to make of it. That lead changed so many times with basically Cork and Jason and Hollywood, Snowman all up there at one point. But it was just all over the place. The cautions made everything just mixed it up. It was just very hard to see who was going to win this race. And was a surprise that Cork finished it, ran out of fuel. We think Jason ran out of fuel. Chaos ran out of fuel and lost 5th place to Monkey right at the end because Chaos had a top 5 coming. It was just a crazy race with tire wear and fuel usage and trying to maximize the efficiency of your pit stop, taking just the exact amount of fuel you needed. It was a great race.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. And, this is the doubleheader. Monkey, you still up for another one?
Yeah.
All right, so little 4-minute break here before we jump into Le Mans.
Yep. Going from Japan to France.
That's right. Very quickly, might I add you. All right, folks. 3 or 4 minutes, we'll be back with the Le Mans 24. Yes, it will go through 24 hours of weather and lighting in an hour's time. So hang loose. We'll be right back after a short broadcaster's break, and we'll get going with the second part of our doubleheader in the GR2 cars. A little more speed here in this race. Only 2 makes of cars out here. I think most of the field chose the NSX, and we had 2 drivers choose the GTR. Remain loyal to my clan. But we'll be right back with Le Mans right after this short break. Thanks to our sponsors, West Higgins ORV and SKU Car, for this break. All right, Ruthless Nation, thank you for sticking around. I see 10 of you all in the chat. Please hit that like button. It is much appreciated. That is one of the biggest things you guys can do for us, is hit that like button. I would much appreciate it. But we're going into the second part of our doubleheader here at Lemans. We'll be in the GR2 cars, so a little more speed. Maybe not a little more speed, I would say. These cars will get up to about 100 and in the high 70s, 170, 180. But they are much more particular with turning. Got a ton of grip. You can stay down on the track. Got a lot of downforce. So it's going to be interesting to see who can do this. Now, as we mentioned earlier, this is a track that kind of plays into T-Dub's hands. So we'll see if he's able to turn something around here at Le Mans. Speaking of Le Mans, we had the All-Star race here last year in the souped-up Camaros. Cork was able to come home with that race, so Cork may be trying to go back-to-back here in the doubleheader. But at this moment, we're really just waiting for our co-host Monkey to get back. But Le Mans, one of my favorite tracks. It's got a great couple of stretches where you can get up to some real high speed that come down into some really tight technical corners. Can get really tricky. Very easily can get off the track, especially over there in that big sand trap that you see. That is going to be a high speed turn for these guys. As far as slowing down at this track, you got the two chicanes and a righty and a lefty. Two righties and a lefty that will really make you slow the car down. But other than that, this is going to be an all-out race. I think the fuel and tires are both lasting about 5 laps. Or you just want to take tires every time you go into the pits regardless. But yeah, so this should be a straightforward put your foot in the pedal race, and we'll see how it goes for these guys here at Le Mans.
Am I running behind?
No, I just came back. Was just waiting for you. But yeah, we're getting ready to jump into this Le Mans race. Monkey, what's your synopsis? What's your prediction for this Le Mans race?
This one, I'm not sure. We have so many people in the same car, and the Nissan and the Honda are both evenly matched. It is really going to be hard to say. They're very fast cars. This track is fairly easy to drive, even though it's high speed, but there are just a lot of points on this track where you can make these simple mistakes and spin out and really pay the price. So I think it's going to come down to who drives this track the smartest, honestly. And there's also, fuel is not going to be an issue, tires are not going to be an issue. It is going to be just all out speed here, and we will just see who can handle Le Mans the best.
That's right. Alright, so let's get to our leader. T-Dubs will be on the pole for this one. So it's already starting off in good spirits, I'm sure. But as the guys will go around, we'll get a rolling start here in these GR2 cars. It'll be T-Dubs followed by Court, last race's winner, Monkey in third, Redneck, Dak Fu, Rick Slick, Snowman, Chaos, Rebel Hawk, Stu, and Rico. We have another field of 11. And we're off at Le Mans. It's going to be 24 hours of daylight and weather, all within 60 minutes.
That's a good point. Le Mans is known for rain. Could happen anytime.
Ooh, Dak way to the right there. Oh, Snowman, Redneck hard into the wall here through the first turns, and he'll just be sitting there. He'll have nowhere to go. Unfortunate there for Redneck. Started up in 4th position.
Yeah, that is crazy. That is possible. These harder compound tires take longer to warm up.
And here's going to be a common theme of the race: penalties. Very easily to pick up. You can already see 2 of the top 3 have one, a half-second penalty. Dak Fu did not grab one there. See if anybody else. Yes, we got Chaos with the half-second penalty. Stu grabs one there through that first corner as well. So everybody running a little left there off the first turn. Rebel Hawk as well.
Where the heck is Snowman? Oh, there he is. Yeah, again, those tires probably weren't ready to handle what those guys were going to put them through.
That's right. Look at T-Dubs. He's kind of took a play out of Chaos's playbook, and he's running the Marlboro Light scheme now.
He is.
As we mentioned, everybody in the NSX pretty much.
That's kind of strange.
That is strange. Let's see what Court decided to do with this again.
I don't know the distance on this lap. It is very long around this track. It is just under 4 minutes, 3 minutes 40 seconds to complete one lap here.
Ooh, Cork got loose there, but he's able to hang on to it. Looks like he's got him some boat sponsorships along with some Kyle Busch stuff going on with this multicolored chrome car. And he's right on the bumper of our leader, T-Dubs, giving him a little hefty push up one of our straight stretches here. Now this turn does turn into a very high-speed righty that goes into a hard-braking lefty. Right here, see these guys, they can stay in the throttle, way down on the brake, down in the second gear. And then right here on the left-hand turn, T-Dub's able to keep things in order there on the inside. Penalty line comes up right out of this right-hand turn. But this is one of those, oh, Court gets a little bit out of whack there. He might not be able to catch T-Dubs off the penalty here. It's going to be close.
Yeah.
Oh, he gets around him.
He does. Cork should have just been a little more patient there and taken advantage of the penalty. Now he's got T-Dubs is definitely in his slipstream.
Got Monkey up in third. He's trying to stay ahead of Dak Fu and Snowman. Back here for sixth position, you got Rick, Stu, and Chaos. That's a good battle there for sixth.
No kidding. 6, 7, 8.
All very tight right there. I think, yeah, that's the Kimi Räikkönen car that Rick Slick is in from Watkins Glen whenever he made his start there. In NASCAR.
I forgot all about that.
There you go. Come here.
Wow. Come here. So he just said.
Yeah. All right. Super Mario Super Mario gets around for sixth position. Oh, gets slick there. Coming out of the first turn. Monkey got around up here. We're going to have to go back on the replay, see what happened to our man. West Higgins the ORV replay first of the race goes to Monkey, and right here off of that rumble strip, yes, it will get you. And that's where Redneck was plowing his nose into the wall as well. As Monkey comes back out here in fifth position, but he has some guys coming up on him with a head full of steam.
That is the exact same spot
The exact
that
same
Redneck
spot.
crashed.
Now 6th, 7th, 8th becomes a battle again, and that's a drafting line that's going to be working up here against the 24, but I believe all of them back there got a penalty. They all ran off to the left side of the track there. Oh, yeah, there they go. Not Rick, though. Rick said, not me, man, but Monkey and Chaos for sure. Rick making a move on the outside of the 24 here. He'll get around, goes to 5th place. And tries to go back around him into this chicane. Not going to happen. Oh, 24 got way out there. Could be a penalty for him. It will.
Looked like he's. Oh, I thought he saved it.
Look at this. Battle for 6th.
That's crazy. Looks like Chaos. Chaos is going for the good of the race and just pushing Monkey. Oh no, I spoke too soon.
He looked inside,
maybe
didn't
not.
get there.
Yeah.
Oh, Little discrepancy for room back there between Chaos and Stu, but they settle it out like professionals. They know they all got a penalty to serve up here.
Let's see how many cars have penalties. Cork, T-Dubs. T-Dubs sitting on a 2.5. Snowman penalty free. Dak penalty free. Rick penalty free. And then Rico and Rebel Hawk. A lot of our field has penalties. I think that's going to be the theme of our day. Penalties and spinning out.
That's right. We got all this talk about sixth position. There's a big battle up here for the lead. It's been that way since we started. Cork able to go around and take that lead. Now, whenever you're this close, not that important to be leading. Oh, T-Dubs takes it in there on the outside. He'll draw even with Cork, so that'll kind of, help his penalty there just a little bit. So T-Dubs won't be completely out of sight of Cork here. There's a very good move there in that very high or hard braking right-hand turn.
I really thought Cork was going to have a much bigger gap after that penalty.
And this group back here is still stuck together like glue because every one of them had a penalty. I got to take a look at this 6 machine. What does that say? Eat butt?
I don't think that's what it says.
Oh.
Looks like something in Japanese.
It's something that comes out of the butt.
Yes.
And I like this scheme here. It's a very Lemans-esque, I guess, Ford Le Mans scheme, huh?
It looks like it. It looks like the Ken Miles #1 scheme with the number 6 on it and adapted for the Honda headlights.
There you go. I know a little bit.
Yeah, from Ford's historic run in Le Mans in 60s with the GT40s.
All right, the battle for first place is still close. Even off the second and a half penalty, that really good move into that right-hand turn still has T-Dubs right here. And we mentioned, he's kind of a little bit on a lull here for his locking. And Le Mans is one of those tracks where he can really show what makes him good at this league and this game in general.
Yeah, you were talking about T-Dubs there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we see Cork out here in the same equipment, and Cork is really, I think, showing his stuff here too. He's running right up there with T-Dubs. And Cork is a young driver.
Half-second penalty.
Yeah, very daring driver. But he has been showing some maturity lately and keeping his car under control. We'll see if that continues through this race. Looks like he's trying to make a minimal effort to shake T-Dubs off his draft.
He did try to do that. I had mentioned during the break before you got back that Cork did win the All-Star race here last season in the Camaros.
Oh, great memory. I wonder how those Camaros would do against these Hondas. They'd probably get their ass kicked through the chicanes.
The turning for sure.
Yeah, straightaways the Camaros would definitely be.
Now that was tight.
That's a tight one for everybody.
Drop back to Snowman. He's kind of just sitting there all on his lonesome. He also has the fastest lap of the race thus far. As you can,
pretty good lap.
Yep. As you can see, everybody's sort of on mediums here. I think we had one guy on softs. Yep, there he is. 24 is out here on the soft tire. You can see those mediums.
Actually, it looks like he's going to be okay. He's going to be okay on those, I think. We're about halfway through the fuel run here, and he's somehow making those work.
See him and Chaos sort of working together back there in 7th and 8th. It's another top battle here on the track. Give T-Dubs a little, or T-Dubs. Give Chaos a little scheme look here. Honestly, I have no clue. If you're out there, Chaos, let us know what this scheme means. Looks like a fucking transformer.
Let me see if I can figure this thing out.
Looks like a Russian fighter jet. I don't know what the hell's going on here. It's cool though. I dig it.
It does look like a fighter jet. Russia's probably still using their MiGs from the 80s? I don't know.
80s.
90s?
70s.
70s?
Look at the fire shoot out of these things on the side. Oh, Chaos goes off to the right side there. I don't know if that was a touch between him and the 24 or what. But he really got out there. He's going to gun down.
Yeah. You got the penalty.
I'll have to look that up. I'm not sure what that is, to be honest.
I don't know. Gun down.
Let's get up here to
See if
Rick
the
Slick.
see if the producer will call that up to us.
What's up, Rick Slick? Thanks for joining the chat. Thanks to everybody in the chat. Please hit that like button. Second race of our doubleheader here at Lemans. And it has gotten dark already on these guys.
Okay, Gundam is the thing.
There's a good battle here between Monkey and Rick Slick for 5th position.
I can't tell if Gundams are transformers or I think they're just like battle robots.
Yeah, he says anime. Now that he mentions it, I know what he's talking about. It's like battle bots, kind of.
I do not. But
That is a
when you
badass
get to
game.
be my elevated age, there's things you just don't know. The Hondas have a red light in their windshield for some reason.
That's right, they do. Well, I had to look back here. You look at Stu, he's got a blue light. So does Chaos, and he is in the Honda. So that is interesting.
Huh.
There's a red light on Redneck's car. Oh, you know what? Let's see here. If you have a penalty, you have a red light. If you don't, you got a blue light. Bang. Nope, that ain't true either, because Monkey has a red light and he has no penalty. What the hell's going on out here? Yep.
Yeah, it's hard to find a car without a penalty, quite honestly.
Shooting fire out the rear. There's the NSX as he's trying to go around. Monkey here and Dak Fu. We got a battle 4th, 5th, 6th. Look at Snowman. He's still all by himself. Cork is in 2nd. T-Dubs has kind of pushed his way away from Cork, both with the half-second penalty there. And T-Dubs has the fastest lap of the race, also on his fastest lap of the race. So, but this penalty will probably ruin that. This 1 and 2 will serve the penalty. Cork got another second added onto his before he got there. Unfortunate. That will really space out T-Dubs now. Snowman will serve his half second. We're coming up here with a group of 3, and Dak's got the penalty, so that's going to hurt him.
Yep. Looks like Monkey and Rick will probably both get rid of Dak here. Dak should be follow right back. Now Dak's windshield light just turned blue.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
But this track is
driving
dark.
these cars, you don't see those. Yeah, it is dark.
Yeah, when you're driving, you can't see that up there. Don't know what's going on. Man, these guys are really cranking through these turns right here. Monkey's kind of got himself a little bit of a gap. Up to 4th now. And I had mentioned before the race started, this is going to be all pedal to the metal. Viagra car here of Snowman. Wonder what he's driving with tonight. Is it a stick shift, Snowman? Let us know in the chat. He's driving the Viagra car.
Oh, definitely a stick shift. Different meaning with 4 on the floor, though. It's inches in this case. Well,
I'm 4 from the
T-Dubs
4, you know what I'm saying?
That's right. T-Dubs has opened himself up a gap on Cork.
He sure has, and Cork has gave himself another half-second penalty.
Yep. You want to do everything you can to stay in that slipstream.
Ooh. Full second to Monkey here.
What? That doesn't sound right. Yeah, this track is in the dark. You can see there are no lights. This track is designed to not have lights. It can be hard to hit your marks.
Yeah, I knew it would get challenging as the knot rolled over. Now this second penalty could really help Rick get back close to Monkey here, so we might see this battle for fourth crank back up once Monkey gets up there to that penalty serving area. Let's go back here to 7th. Oh, another second penalty on that car of the 24. And Chaos finds himself just a bit behind 7th place here, but he has a good gap between 9th and 10th. You can see we got a battle here for 9th position, door to door through the chicane. Oh, loose is... Oh, Redneck saves it. No, sorry. Yeah, he saves it.
Wow.
What a move there. What a battle there between Rico and Redneck. Fighting for it all. Rebel Hawk out here as well. As he's got a couple penalties there for the cars ahead of him, so he could possibly get back up there, be battling for those positions as well. T-Dub's still in the lead, still holds our fastest lap of the race. Oh, it gets out into the dirty part. He's going to have some right side tires here, very dirty. So we'll see how that affects him. Not going to affect him at all.
No, it seemed to be just fine.
Court going to have to slow down again. And another good lap for T-Dubs, and that's going to just space the lead out a little more. Now Snowman's headlights are starting to get in the mirror of that 8 car. Here's the battle I was talking about just a few moments ago. Monkey's going to have to serve this full second, and that's going to have Rick with no penalty still coming at him head full of steam. Monkey up to 135. Rick's up in the 140s, 150. He is a few miles an hour faster than Monkey there after serving that penalty. So Rick has cut the gap here, but I think he's going to have to do a little more work to get up to the bumper of that 6. Dak Fu also had a penalty, sitting in 6th position.
If Rick could just get into that slipstream, it looks like he is.
All right, now we're going to start
be able to
seeing the pit
get up
stops.
to that.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Yep, sorry to say. I was going to say, if Rick can get up to that slipstream, he'll get right to the back of that bumper.
All right, 1, 2, 3 has made it to pit road. Monkey in 4th coming down pit road. Rick now following suit. And we'll see Dak do the same. Everybody, like I said, pedal to the metal race here. You just got to drive it. It's 5 laps. Oh, Dak hardened to the wall coming into the pits. Head on, he did.
Oh, wow.
All right, here's 7th place coming in. Let's go.
Look how much fuel Rick has.
I know Rick's sitting out here 12 liters left in the tank. That's going to be huge for him. I think that'll allow him to get around Monkey here on pit road. So
yeah, that's going to be a 4-second faster pit stop.
Yeah, good strategy there out of Rick. Probably just been chilling in the slipstream and saving that fuel, short shifting or something. We see the only car on softs was Stu, and he still has tire left to play with. So maybe the soft tire is not a bad option here at Le Mans.
It's amazing.
Possibly goes back on with him. Not sure. We'll check that out whenever he comes out of the pits. Everybody down pit road, but now off pit road, T-Dubs, Cork, and Snowman. That was your top 3 going in. That'll be your top 3 coming out. Now the gap between Cork and T-Dubs has gotten a little larger. T-Dubs is on the straight stretch. Cork just now getting up to that right-hand turn to get to the straight stretch. So there's quite the gap there for first place now off the first pit stop. Snowman, though, he's going to have the option to chase down Cork, and I think he can do it. Oh, half-second penalty, though, unfortunately. It's very easy to get through that right-hand turn that brings you to the straight stretch towards the first chicane. Very easy to run off to the left side there.
Rick did come out of the pits in front of Monkey. He's still in front of him.
Yeah, that's right. I think Monkey's about where Rick was whenever he went into the pits, so that's a good move there. And Dak, now still in sixth position, rather, is not going to be up there where those two guys are battling. They're going to be in the slipstream of one another. Good battle down into the chicane. The first chicane here at Lemans. Although we've had 2 crashes here already this evening that we've caught, no cautions after a caution-filled race in the first part of our doubleheader.
That's true.
Another battle back here for 7th, Chaos and Stu. We've seen these two around each other for a good bit of this race, and that's a GTR and the 24 there against the NSX. So this is a good comparison to how these two cars are against each other.
Yeah, they're very evenly matched. One is mid-engine, the other is front-engine. I really think it's just the preference of the driver, which one they're more comfortable in.
Real good battle there for 8th position. Oh, penalty possibly coming to the 24. Got off to the left side there a little bit through that second chicane. But nope, going to be clean through that go through. Redneck Jesus all alone. You got Rico kind of sitting by himself as well. He's got Rebel Hawk there. Can sort of see his tail lights up the way. T-Dub's still very much in the lead here. He's got a good battle, or a good lead on Court. Now a good battle here for 2nd position. I told you I thought Snowman could possibly catch Court. Not sure what happened to him that caused that to happen. A little loose there out of the turn. Oh, Snowman's around. He's going to put a 360 on her and get it back going, and he'll have to serve the penalty. So that's going to be detrimental to his positioning. Now he's going to have 4th and 5th place. That's Monkey and Rick coming up on him.
Here they come. I cannot stop thinking about those lights. Because it's like the top 5 have red lights, and then it's blue lights back to 10th. No, now Redneck's just turned red. I don't know. If somebody in the chat can tell us why these windshield lights are red or blue, I would really appreciate it.
I would much appreciate it.
Yeah. I'm really not helping Stu with the broadcast here. I'm just looking at the lights.
Google didn't tell me much.
Same.
Where's T-Dubs at? I know he knows.
Yeah.
You can ask him about the 34th blade of grass here in turn number 8, and he'll tell you.
He'll tell me the name of it.
Yeah, the name of that particular piece of grass.
That's right. And all these turns do have names, by the way.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
My brain don't know.
So, we figure out where T-Dubs is at. So he is headed into the Forza chicane right now.
All right, yeah, we'll ride with T-Dubs. You give us a little track breakdown here.
I will. This whole back straight is called the Mulsanne Straight. Probably pronouncing that wrong. T-Dubs just went through the Forza chicane, which are very high-speed, difficult chicanes. That's a good spot to make up time or lose time, depending on your skill level. He's coming up on the Michelin chicane. Michelin is a French tire company, I believe. I know they're a tire company. I believe they're French.
That may or may not be connected to Vietnam.
I don't know. So T-Dubs exiting the Michelin chicane perfectly. Look at that, setting his fastest lap. And he is coming up to a hard right-hand turn. He will be going close to 170 miles per hour when he gets to the easy right-hander, and then slowing all the way down to maybe first gear into the Mulsanne corner. Look at that fire. That is a difficult turn. It looks easy when we're riding along with the world champ. And these corners here are not named. They're very slight. As you can see, there's no lifting. It is full throttle all the way down here. And then hard braking left-hander named Indianapolis. This is the Indianapolis curve right here. Another difficult one. And even this next one, they're all difficult. Let's leave it at that. Called Arnage, I believe. This takes us into a series of high-speed S's. If you're lucky enough to be able to run these at high speed, we'll watch T-dubs come through here. It's keeping it well above 150 miles per hour through the Porsche curves. Whoa.
Sheesh.
So much for 150. He had some trouble through there.
Still fastest lap of the race. On pace.
There's no way.
He was almost a second and a half to the good.
That's crazy. Coming up to the final chicanes, which are very high speed and low speed both. These are the Ford chicanes.
And then that brings you to the front stretch.
He did it.
He did do it by 8/10, almost 9/10. What's this part of the track called?
This is the Dunlop curve. Pretty obvious as you see him heading under the big Dunlop tire after this chicane. This doesn't have a name. It's just the Dunlop curve into the S's.
I think this is the Corvette curves. I think I heard him say on TV once.
That could be. The map I have could be of any age.
And there you go, a big track map breakdown of Le Mans. And Monkey, if you want to, I think our lots answer is in the chat.
That would be crazy. Blue if you're close to another
corks
car.
around! But he saves it. I just sound like
Same.
Lee Diffie right there.
Same spot as Redneck and Monkey.
Yep. That's
Looks
right.
like it. Yeah. Speaking of Monkey, there he is. As the sun is starting to come up here.
That's right. Dawn has shown its head here at Le Mans. The darkness is over. We're back to the lot. It does look a little gloomy out here. We'll get a little early morning rain.
I know at least the number 6 is happy the sun's up.
Rick Slick still in 5th. He's got Dak Fu right there, though. Looking at the tire situation, I don't think Dak took tires on his pit stop.
Well, they look okay. He still has 2.5 laps to go, and it doesn't sound like much, but these are very long laps. Blue if you are close to another car. Let's test that. Can we see these lights anymore?
Yes. Mine's blue, and I ain't around shit.
So Cork's should be red. It is. Monkey's is red. Wonder how close you have to be. Oh, Cork is around.
Damn, he hit the wall that time, too. Look at him get that thing going.
That was crazy. Did you hear? Did Monkey go around too?
I don't know. Let's go replay that one. We'll go back 10 seconds. You got Court coming through this chicane. Oh, he gets so loose. He tries to save it, just overcorrect. The Monkey did go around right behind him. Could be some oil on the track there. Let's see what Rick Slick does. Is it Slick, Rick? Nope, I don't think it is.
That was crazy. I thought Monkey was going to be long gone, and then he just barely got by Cork. They're going to have to check one of those Nissans. It appears to be leaking oil, even though Rick made it through clean.
It would burn it before it leaked.
Maybe there's a Toyota pace car out here.
So Snowman has taken over second place. A couple of Cork's misfortunes. Monkey is up to third now. And Rick has really closed the gap here back to third and fourth. Very solid performance here out of that NSX number 91. Dak Fu as well, you know, he's out here on the oldest tire. Did not take tire on his pit stop. And, you know, he's right here in contention for that top three as well.
Not taking tires saves you about 4 seconds. That is not much.
That is not. But I guess you could be, what, 12 liters of fuel faster than someone else in that situation.
Yeah, that's true. There might be something to that blue light strategy we got for Redneck here.
You gotta take a look at this National Guard scheme. I really like it. Dale Jr. inspired, obviously. It's one of my favorite Dale Jr. schemes.
Who are we looking at here?
It's Rebel Hawk.
Rebel Hawk. That is a nice one. That reminds me of Greg Biffle.
Yeah, that's 16.
Yep, but I was a latecomer to the NASCAR scene, both as a viewer and a gamer.
T-Dubs is putting on a clinic here. Maybe he's tired of losing. He's also hit a 3:38.759 for the fastest lap of the race. Ran that just the last lap.
That is crazy.
And that's as the track starts to heat back up. He's also a 6/100ths to another fastest lap right now. Snowman's sitting in second, but he does, have company back there if things were to go awry for him. Monkey Cork's, oh man, full second penalty going on to the NSX of Cork. Rick, something must have happened to Rick. He kind of lost this group here unless they started drafting together pretty heavy.
I could see Cork drafting off Monkey, but once he got there, he tried making the pass. And they just be battling instead of working together. But Cork's MO.
Thanks to everybody tuning in. Please hit that like button for us. Subscribe if you're new here. Much appreciated. Second race of our doubleheader at Lemans. We just got through the dark, and we're now into the light. When the morning started, it looked rather gloomy, but nothing came of it at this point.
Monkey is on his fastest lap, his personal fastest lap, and Cork is right there. He cannot shake him.
Monkey has a little second buffer to work with once they get up here to the penalty zone.
Yeah,
second and a half, sorry.
Yeah, Monkey's 1 second to the good on his fastest lap. Oh, I say when Cork spun out his car, I was going to comment on how badass that sounded when he got going again. And then we had did Monkey spin out too? Came up. But that car sounded so good.
Cork and Monkey right there.
Yeah, Snowman is not, well, depends on when you look at him, I guess. But they are in range.
They are in range. You can still see them come up through that curve, so they're in his mirror. He can see them.
Barely, yeah. Like when Snowman slows down for a curve, they seem to catch up. But when they get back up to full speed.
Oh! Oh! How did Cork do that?
I don't know. Looks like Monkey showed his displeasure a little bit there.
Did give him a little nudge there going in. Second and a half penalty to Cork. And that'll allow Monkey to try to run away once again. But, as we mentioned earlier, Cork, he's toughin'.
He is. Rick's still hanging in there.
That's right. The spirit of Kimi Räikkönen.
And Dak.
Right, Dak there with no tire on the left rear, basically. And another lap to go, too. So it's going to be interesting for Dak to see how that works out for him.
And he has to do it, too. I don't think he can get 6 laps out of the fuel. Whoa. Maybe he does have to.
Oh, Monkey, do you have something downloading or something?
I do not.
Your voice is all robotic.
No, I'm sitting here doing nothing.
You're good now. You're good, clear. I just turned into a robot there for a brief moment.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing anything. I'm actually surprised Dak is going around another lap. I know you know he has to for fuel, but
Well, don't look now, but third place is in trouble. And Court's rear end will not stay on the track. Oh, that's going to be close again for the 6 car.
I think he's good. But yeah, Cork's got that slipstream. He's coming.
Snowman's still sitting in second, riding pretty, but that gap to T-Dubs is large, and I just don't. There's no way anybody could save a whole lap of fuel to try to stay out. The tire would allow you, but there's just no way that fuel would happen without you losing a considerable amount of time. Now I just want to look real quick because we had mentioned earlier Rick Slick went down pit road with a lot of fuel left, so that could really cut the gap between him and third and fourth. So we look at Court. He is about halfway through the last quarter of his tank, and Rick Slick is on a quarter tank, just a smidge below it. So good moves out of Rick Slick here. I think he's playing that pit road game. He knows that's where he's going to gain some time back on these guys, and I think he's doing a real good job of trying to employ that strategy to make sure he can get a good finish here.
I agree. There's something I never even thought of until we saw Rick in the pit.
That's right. Oh, Dak's starting to feel that tire now. He's getting slick through there. He's got a penalty on his head. But the pit road is in his future. So he's just got to hang on here.
Wonder if Dak's got his brake balancer turned all the way to the front now.
He must have.
Chaos coming up behind Dak in his robot scheme. Speaking of schemes, maybe we should look at those after this round of pit stops. Or before, however you want to do that.
It's fine. We got our Gundam one here. Looks pretty good. We took a good look at that.
Yeah, we did look at some.
We start to see the sky get a little more gloomy here, so morning rain still not out of the question. Dak, once again, he's running that Rainbow Warrior scheme. Sort of translated his GR3 to his GR2 car here. But, I'll never hate on this one. That's the scheme I grew up loving.
Yeah. How was it when I did start watching NASCAR? Oh, Dak is around.
Oh, no, and that's a big one. We'll have to give us a replay on that one. Look at Dak go in here. Oh, that right rear tire is a hollering uncle. This is a very high-speed turn, so it's very likely that's why this left rear just gave way. Oh, yeah. Guys, overcorrected, and, oh, man, he does hit the wall. Chaos is going to miss him, and he really crunched the middle on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, we got the Mario car coming around. Dak, gets into the dirt a little bit. 24 will be able to get around the 25.
I'd say Dak did a better job. Don't let me speak too soon. I'm going to wait until he gets to the pits.
Poor dude.
Yeah, where is he? He's entering the Porsche curves. Probably named after that sign. Or maybe that sign's there for the curves.
It's alright. Back to our paint schemes. People going down pit road here. Super Mario scheme. Here for the 24 team.
Redneck looked like he struggled a little, but not replay worthy. He got it going again.
Ooh, Dak almost does it there, coming through the last turns to get to pit road. Oh, my man's going to survive though. Let's actually see if he survives getting around that pit wall this time.
Yeah, extra marbles on the track for the next lap for everybody.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he got in there this time. Good going, Dak. You did it, man. For real.
Crazy.
Pepsi scheme here for Redneck. Also, I just want to, I'll give Redneck a little bit of advice. You can flip your Pepsi sign on the other side.
Yeah.
Too.
You can do that.
Rico, Black Rifle Coffee Company, got Team Shep on the back. That's where he got drafted in the Ruthless Racing Pro Series for Season 5. It will be in HMS equipment.
Excellent.
So congrats to Rico on that. Then we saw our National Guard scheme, T-Dubs in his Marlboro scheme, who is leading by a great bit over our Rock Hard Viagra second place Snowman.
Yeah, both carrying penalties. Cork has a penalty. Monkey, first car penalty free.
I think that gives us all of our paint scheme looks. Yep, I do believe it does.
I believe so. What's Snowman? Yep, Viagra. Cork, we got the Mercury Racing, Mercury outboards. They might make other engines as well, I don't really know.
Don't they make a poisonous metal? Oh, Cork! Holy crap, man. 2 big spins, and he keeps her going. I think he hit the e-brake on that one. But Monkey's coming up now.
That was crazy.
That was wild.
How many times have we seen Cork do a full 360, go point it straight, and keep going? That's at least 3 times.
At least. And he didn't get a penalty there. He already had that.
Yeah, Mercury does make a poisonous metal. And I just learned that this weekend. I mean, I kind of knew it, but we have a Mercury outboard, and on the key and all of their accessories, they are Quicksilver brand, and that is another name for that poisonous metal. Quicksilver.
Oh. Interesting. So their keys
Yes.
are poisonous?
Well, they're labeled as such. I
Yeah.
did not eat it yet.
Battle for third is going to be that close. Rick, I think he did cut some time with that extra fuel. It may not look
definitely.
it, but he definitely did.
Yeah, he definitely did. Cork and Monkey have been going at it for a while now. It's
That's
like
right.
3 or 4 laps now, right?
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
See-
yeah, Rick is right there.
Dak, unfortunately, has moved all the way back to 8th position. Redneck's up to 9th. Rico rounding up her top 10. Rebel Hawk rounding up the field. T-Dubs goes by, starts lap number 12. That'll leave us with 4 laps remaining.
Dak is
Snowman-
running around with this track with some grip, which is something he hasn't experienced since lap 6.
That's right. So Snowman has got quite the gap between him and T-Dubs. Then a little bit of a gap there between Snowman and Monkey and Cork. Monkey and Cork is our battle on the track right now. These are our 2 closest machines.
Yes, they are going at it. Like gentlemen for the most part. Oh, Cork with a penalty.
Yeah, he did. He got that half second put on his head. Monkey comes out of there clean. Rick Slick, though, he's moving. I think he's moving up the track here.
It does appear to be that way. What is that paint scheme? Recogni? Oh, wait, Kimi Räikkönen. They already told me.
Monkey, are you okay? You sure you didn't eat that cake?
I did. Right after I said it.
See Chaos out here. He's got Stu kind of close there, so things could get crazy there between those two. No more pit stops to be made, so it'll be purely off mistakes or speed here at this point. And speaking of everybody on the medium tires, look at that. GTR goes back to the softs for the last run.
Wow. Good Cork and Monkey nose to tail, both carrying penalties. Monkey is bump drafting Cork. Looks like he's trying to get his way up to, maybe get up to Snowman's zone, but I don't think that's going to happen.
2 seconds on court. That might be the biggest one of the day.
If it's only 2 seconds, the stewards probably missed a couple things Cork did.
T-Dub so far pole and fastest lap and currently in the lead. Looking to put a clean sweep after a few rough weeks.
That's true. T-Dubs has been on a streak without a win, which is a lot to say for T-Dubs. He's an excellent driver, one of the best in the game. And he is looking to rebound hard on this one. Interesting thing about T-Dubs, I was talking to him before the race, and I told him, I was like, T-Dubs, like, everybody asked me, what do the initials TWC stand for? You know, everybody wants to know. It was kind of a weird response he gave me. He like threw up some gang signs of TWC. It was really weird. And then he yells out, the Wu-Tang Clan! And that was, then he walked away. So apparently TWC stands for the Wu-Tang Clan. He's a big hip-hop fan.
There you go. Some more racing inside the racer with Monkey.
Yes.
No Homo sapien.
No. I'll probably never delve into why Cork is called Cork. It's a story I don't want to know.
So this penalty is really going to hurt Cork. I mean, it's going to be a half-second penalty to Monkey, but really the half-second, you don't really get out of the throttle blocking maybe a little bit there.
A little.
The Wu-Tang Clan? Yes, it does spell that. Think about it. The Wu-Tang Clan.
It does. Yeah.
Wu-Tang
I always wondered
like,
myself.
You know, Wu-Tang's got that hyphen in it, so it's kind of like a compound word.
Yeah. You've heard of the Wu-Tang Clan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, apparently T-Dubs is a big fan.
Ooh, Monkey and Cork going to be out there in penalty area through that turn for sure. Yep, half-second to him, half-second to Cork. Now, Cork's known to get another penalty through here. That could be the saving grace for Monkey because Cork is right there, man. This is going to be a battle. This is going to be a battle for the podium here between these two guys with 3 laps remaining.
They're still going at it. These two guys have raced together for a long time. It's got to be 4 or 5 years now between Heat 5 and GT7.
Ooh. Cork does it. Or he's got door to door rather, but he's scored at third right at the moment. Oh, a little contact between the 6 and the 8. Now here's another penalty turn. If you go too hard, Monkey did it just as good as you can do it. Now Cork's trying to run away.
Yeah, it's looked like Cork's got the faster of the two. And Monkey's just benefiting from Cork's extra penalties. I know that Cork and Monkey even have some time in other racing games as well. World of Outlaws and Wreckfest. There's been quite a few leagues they've run together.
That's right. We've taken some onboard looks here. We saw T-Dubs. Now we see Snowman. You see all those rubber pellets all over the track there. Get out into that area, it will be a little slicker. Now Cork is in third, but he has Monkey right there. You can see out of Monkey's windshield. You can see Cork right ahead of him. Now both these guys are going to have a half-second penalty, and this is the battle for the podium. And it is that close. Rick Slick, on the other hand, he has, I think, as this run went on, he's lost just a little bit here, maybe, to these guys. But that fuel strategy he tried, he really done a number on the gap that he had between the rest of the field.
Yeah, he should be able to just let it rip now. No more need to save fuel. What was I going to say? Oh, half that rubber on the track is probably just from Dak.
Very possible.
Half the pebbles. Yeah. He left at least half of a tire out there.
All right, Monkey's closed this gap up rather well through the slipstream. Now they're going to come up to this penalty area after this hard right-hand turn. Monkey needs to try to do what Cork did to him and get close there to make that penalty as negated as possible. Now Monkey, very much the same, so they should stay about even with one another. This thing's coming down to it.
I did say Cork was a little faster, but Monkey is staying right there with him.
You can see T-Dubs' lead probably around a minute, at least 50 seconds, as he's already on 2 to go. Snowman's just working his way through the final chicanes to get to the line. Cork, Monkey going through these high-speed S's. This battle for the podium is going to come down to it, folks.
I looked earlier in the race, and T-Dubs was getting... What did we miss?
Cork went way off to the right side of the track there. I don't know if that'll give him a penalty. Oh, yeah, a full second. Half second to Monkey, so he needs to cut this gap down with 2 to go.
I would say these guys are probably taking some risks, trying to beat each other.
Snowman oh, Monkey's around.
Oh, this almost the same place.
Didn't get it going as cool as Cork, but almost. Now Monkey's going to drop a position to Rick. Now Rick has made it work. He needed a mistake from somebody, and it happened. Now he needs to hold off Monkey for that top 4 position. But, Cork's up there too. That man, he'll make a mistake or 12.
He will. Rick in 4th. I mean, he's earned that spot. He is fast around this track. It's not a fluke that he's there. I don't know if Monkey can catch him.
Ooh. Cork almost spun her. Rick and Monkey's now the battle for 4th. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why you never give up on your strategy or your race.
Yeah. This is a good one. We always have battles going on every race, no matter how far somebody might be in the lead. There's always something going on.
Cork still got that second up there.
Yep, I'm running through the field, checking in on everybody else. Everybody's pretty much running alone. Redneck and Rico both have penalties. Small ones.
Dak and Stu are going to be battling for 7th position here at the end of this one. Remember, Stu up here on the soft tire, so another lap and a half to go. Things could get slick for the 24. But T-Dubs...
Nice. He's taking good care of them.
They worked on the first run, so maybe he thought they could go through another run, possibly try to gain a position here or there with some grip. But T-Dubs comes by the line for 1 to go, presented by Skew Car here from Lemans. And it has been a dominating performance by the Wu-Tang Clan.
Snowman, Monkey spun a little bit, lost some space to Rick. Snowman came around Arnage, so right after Indianapolis, and hit that little rubber wall that sticks out there. I think everybody's familiar with hitting that wall. He lost some more time to T-Dubs.
That's right, he did do that.
Yeah, it was a hard hit.
Oh no, we're seeing Rebel Hawk getting chased up here by T-Dubs. And T-Dubs,
yeah.
That's going to not only stretch his lead out a little more as he uses that draft.
That's true. Wonder what color their windshield lights are.
Looks like we got red there for the right car. Alright, Snowman comes by the line, starts his final lap. Cork in 3rd with another second on his head. will pass the line, starting his final lap. Rick has now put a little bit of a space between him and Monkey. Another clean lap for Rick will probably end up as his best finish here in the Ruthless GT7 series.
Yeah, Monkey definitely spun it out pretty good there. Put 3:59 that lap. That was two spins that lap for him. One was just a little one.
Big shout out to Chaos. It was a close race between him and Stu, but he has now put a good gap on the 7th place car now. But now Dak, back there in that 25, he has got a chance to chase down the 24 and ruin a 7th place finish for him. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out once we get back towards the back half of the track, see if people's got penalties and whatnot.
I would say with the high speeds of this track, I don't think Chaos is safe from Stu. If he makes a mistake, they're usually pretty severe, and Stu could easily run that down. But if he runs a clean lap, he's
That's
good.
true. Now Cork, 2 seconds on his head. Now this is a good gap between him and 4th position, but any more penalties and that could be very hard on Cork there with these guys if they're at full speed, because both have ran clean laps thus far for the final lap.
So it's a good description of Cork here, a good example of Cork. He's got a good lead over 4th. He's still driving the car as hard as he possibly can, which is good. It's a good thing. It's also a risky thing.
That's right. As we mentioned, very daring is Cork.
It is.
Monkey's sort of cutting the gap here between 4th and himself. And it's all come down to this. But T-Dubs
Wow, he really has.
Yeah, and T-Dubs is coming out of the last turns. He'll take a penalty or 4, it don't matter.
Yeah, let's watch T-Dubs.
We didn't even get one, so. There you go. But out of the last chicane.
He was on Hendrick.
Oh, and he's going to spin it for fun. Good looks on T-Dubs there. Got enough room to do some donuts. And he's going to back it across the line. And that'll be T-Dubs' race right there as he comes back in dominant fashion, sweeps at Lemans. Rebel Hawk finishes his race a lap down right behind T-Dubs. Now we go back here. Cork still got that 2-second penalty. He'll serve it right now. Now let's see if we can see Rick and Monkey come around that curve. I don't think it's going to happen. Right there they are. But they are close. So here's the battle for those. We'll jump back here for the battle for 7th. Got a gap there to Dak, but Dak is closing in hard on the 24. Chaos in the 6th. Still got a nice gap here to 7th.
We got Snowman he's about to cross the line or getting there. Coming up on the final chicanes.
That's right. Snowman there, last turn of his race. And he'll come out and get 2nd place here at Le Mans in the Viagra car with a nice spin on top. Cork, another half-second penalty, unfortunately. And he'll just take penalties all the way through because he knows he'll have the gap to work with. Now, Rick and Monkey right here coming up on the last part of our racetrack. Monkey can make some hard moves into these chicanes. Let's see if he's got it there in that 6. He's got it close. Down to the last turn. And Rick Slick will beat Monkey for 4th place. And Monkey will finish in 5th. What a drive out of the 91 to finish in the top 4 here. After being way back there in 5th for most of that last run. Chaos is going to hang on to 6th. Stu very much still in danger here with Dak Fu in 8th position. As Chaos will finish his last turn of the race and bring his machine home in 6th. Now Stu and Dak are going to finish close, but a good exit here will give the 24 7th place at Le Mans, and the 25 will finish in 8th. Now Redneck Jesus and Rico remain on track. Rico possibly got around there. So we see these guys finishing their race. T-Dubs, though, is victorious with the sweep here at Le Mans after a long streak of disappointment. He's back on the board.
Yeah, good to see T-Dubs back up top with the big sweep and the 7 playoff points awarded to him. Good rebound for T-Dubs.
He needed to get back at Cork there. Cork's had a good run here in the last month to
Yeah,
start
good for
this
Cork
season.
too. He was battling out for third place for a long time, and he ended up easily taking that. He was battling for first place for a long time.
That's right. He was there at the beginning of that race. And Redneck brings her home in ninth position. And that'll leave Rico finishing up in the top 10 as he comes through the back half of our course. And that'll be it from Lemans. So, 2 races, 2 very different outcomes and strategies. Tire in the first race, pedal to the metal in this one. And it seems like when it goes that way with the run as hard as you can, T-Dubs, especially at technical tracks, does a really good job. But congratulations to our top 3 of T-Dubs, Snowman, and Cork. Rick Slick battling hard with Monkey there at the end to claim 4th. And then Monkey rounding up our top 5. So after this race and then another GR2 race next week, what do you take from this for that?
Well, that's a good question. This is a very high-speed track, and it's a very technical, especially with the speeds. And next week, everybody's racing in the exact same car they raced here. So if you chose your car based on the top speed, you have to run the same car at Lago Maggiore in Italy, I guess is the name of it. I don't really know. And that's also a high-speed track, but those corners are much tighter. It's hard to explain. It's very technical, very difficult. I think this Le Mans is a little easier, even though there's more places to spin your car out here. The next track is just it's really hard to explain. Like Le Mans has more opportunities to make mistakes, and Lago Maggiore is more difficult to drive, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But still high speed, not nearly the speeds that we're seeing today, but some high speed sections, especially those final S curves. It's not the final, but kind of like the middle of the track. They'll be going in there, 6th gear, nearly topping out the speed. So it'll be a good race. It's gonna be a lot of practice needed before that one.
Yeah, we actually had raced there last year, but this year in the or last season, this season we're going to be in the GR2 cars in reverse there. So although you think, oh, it's just the same track in reverse, no, it looks like a completely different racetrack, and that's usually the case for a lot of these, circuits that have that reverse configuration. That the track literally takes on a whole new persona in reverse.
Absolutely, it is a completely different track. And I'm out there practicing this week, and I'm in that downhill section where you have that hard left-hander, and I'm just realizing that is the same hill that you're going up, and trying to stay on the track and get as much speed as you can to carry down a long straightaway. I'm like, I can't believe these are the same 2 sections of track. They're just completely different. It's bizarre.
Yeah, it certainly is. Yeah, so I'm excited after seeing this race at Le Mans. Maybe a little worry throughout the field about T-Dubs, but maybe going back to back here after such a down streak for, someone like T-Dubs. So, we go back into here at Lago Maggiore with the GR2 cars, very technical racetrack. But as you had mentioned, if people chose the NSX or the GTRs just solely off of their speed, things could be a little different next week in Italy.
That's true. And I'd like to point out that everybody did choose the NSX or GTR, but there's probably, what do you think, 12 Group 2 cars to choose from?
Right.
Yeah, and everybody made the choice of probably the best 2. There are cars that have a higher top speed, like the Toyota GT1, can get close to upper 180s out here at Le Mans, and nobody drove that car because the handling just isn't there for the rest of the track.
That's certainly right. So the doubleheader has concluded. Mike, anything else you want to add?
No, I'm good. This has been a long broadcast.
I know that might be my fault, but Hey, we're all
No,
human.
not at all.
But yeah, for sure. Tomorrow starts season 5 of the Ruthless Pro Series over on Heat 5. Stream tomorrow is kind of up in the air. I may end up racing that one. So we'll put something out there. Post a POV or something of that race. But yeah, make sure just keep up with Ruthless. Appreciate everybody who tuned in and watched. Hit the like button. Appreciate West Higgins ORV for all of our replays today, for our pole awards today, and thank you to Skew Car, sponsor of all the breaks, and obviously our restart zone, and also the one to go. So this is going to be to go for us, for me, myself being Stu, and Monkey. As always, thank you. And
Thanks for having me.
yes, sir. And that'll be it for us tonight here in the doubleheader. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure you always follow Ruthless to keep up to date. And with that being said, football's back, baby. Enjoy it, because it's going to be all the way till February. I cannot wait. Rock on, race on, Ruthless Racing.